I cannot believe that we are talking about this fight. I personally don't think I'll pay for it.
I will.
Pretty sure. All right, I'll come to your house. The retired George Foreman, the very retired George Foreman, against the pretty much retired Steven Seagal. Here's how this fight came about. This is the Foreman tweet challenging Steven Seagal. It's a great graphic. Steven Seagal, I challenge you, capital O, one-on-one. I use boxing, you can use whatever. 10 rounds in Vegas. Let's leave this up for a second. So that is Steven Seagal now. Do I have the tweet from South Park? Do we have that tweet?
We do. We have the.
Thank you. And there is Steven Seagal now. And South Park predicting the future. So let's just go back to the previous tweet so we could see Steven Seagal in his prime. There's a young, fine-looking man who colors his hair and also was in Exit Wounds with DMX. Pretty good movie. And then the next one.
Steven Seagal is actually becoming his South Park character, LeMayo.
Previous tweet. Next tweet.
What's the song they play in the South Park?
Oh, it was
He starts dancing. Do it, Mira. Come on. You need to move.
And then the best part is when he goes. And then I put up a picture of me on the internet and someone called me fat and then I thought I would overcompensate by putting up another picture, but you should be happy with who you are and not give in to people on the internet.
He comes in with a gun pointed. He comes in with a gun pointed and he
and
goes
like lasers.
And he goes to the mic and goes, all from South Park. It's for those who are not following the reference.
Can you do the pointing again?
I don't know why this is.
And do the Seagal face.
He starts crying. Great episode. Is that that's the season where Stan's
Stick a fucking sock in it, Lisa.
Like Kyle's dad becomes the troll. He is the troll online, which has like one of my favorite episodes about Yelp reviews.
Yeah.
Where they're Yelp reviewing Applebee's.
That was Kyle's dad.
Kyle's
who became
dad.
the troll.
Who did he say?
I
said Stan's dad. It's Kyle's dad.
Oh, no. For some reason, my mind registered Broflovski.
Broflovski. And he's sitting there at the computer, and this is very true of Yelp reviewers. In South Park, sometimes like political commentary or social commentary is better than that of ours.
The media.
Anybody's. So he's sitting at the computer and he goes, the Applebee's around the corner had just absolutely vibrant lighting. The charming table we sat at with the lovely waitress was just truly great. We had the breadsticks and the chicken fingers and they were both delicious. But the parking was bad, 2 stars. That's what Yelp.
I thought he said the marinara was lukewarm.
Oh, the marinara was lukewarm.
The marinara was lukewarm, 1 star.
1 star.
And he's like, not yet, honey. I can't go out. I got some reviewing to do.
Branching off even more, Rick found a tweet from somebody who, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know existed. Mostly because it's such a throwback to
it's so random.
Jacory, I'm just gonna have him find the element. Because you know there's one element on that computer with a person who tweeted something about this fight.
It's a noun.
That is so out of place.
What?
The real FPJ Unyer.
Guy. Right. FPJ Unyer?
Unyer, well I just FP Junior, FPJ Unyer. Over a dozen old school martial artists challenged Seagal repeatedly. He ducked them all. That's his best technique, hiding.
I'm sorry, can we clarify what you meant by you didn't know Freddie Prinze Jr. existed?
Anymore.
Oh, okay, anymore, okay.
It's just been a minute.
Got it. Yeah, it has been.
Actually, it doesn't even get the minute. It's been an hour. It's been an hour since.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong now.
Of the lore.
Don't do me like that. Good Lord. Good God.
Lord. I'm Lord.
I am Lord.
I am Lord.
Lord.
I mean, you want to talk about a guy that was in some interesting movies and then.
What's his top rated IMDb film?
Scooby-Doo, the original. And then.
Ruby.
And the other one that was huge in the late 90s is 99. She's All That. There she goes. And then, Yeah, he's been in like some random TV shows. I haven't seen Robot Chicken.
Do you think Freddie Prinze should tag in and fight George Foreman instead?
I do not.
It's just such a.
He wants to fight Steven Seagal.
I'm sorry, Steven Seagal. The point here is that like it wasn't just so like Freddie Prinze Jr. like it wasn't like a hype tweet. It was like, wow, let's see this fight. This would be great. I can't. But Seagal, you've been hiding the whole time. It was a very strict, written out, thoughtful attack at Steven Seagal.
This is the movie that I was trying to think of, where Freddie Prinze Jr. had to learn how to throw a baseball. Summer Pitch.
Jessica Biel.
Didn't know how to throw one.
Nice.
Horrible movie. Horrible movie.
5 stars. Out of 10?
I don't know. Freddie Prinze Jr. had good form, except he had to learn. 1 star.
1 star. Do you think Steven Seagal
will not fight George Foreman?
George Foreman.
He will not.
Do you think George Foreman should come out of retirement to fight? I don't even know. A Klitschko?
No.
Do you think George Foreman should come out with everybody in his family named George Foreman?
Yes. Aren't they all named George Foreman?
Yeah, every single one.
No way.
His sons.
Yeah, everyone is named.
He has 5 sons named George Foreman.
And 4 grills.
Isn't his daughters also named
think his
George?
His daughters are named George Foreman?
Here are the names.
No.
Here are the names. Frida Foreman, George Foreman III, Georgetta Foreman, the daughter, Georgetta. How egotistical are you that you want to name your daughter?
There's Junior, the fourth, the
Leola.
sixth.
I'm going to go in order. Leola Foreman, Isabella Brandy, Lilja Foreman, George Foreman Jr., George Foreman the fourth, Natalia Foreman, she got lucky, Mishi Foreman, George Foreman the fifth, George Foreman the sixth.
Told you there are 5 sons named George Foreman.
6, right? No, yeah, 5.
Look, here's the
original.
thing.
Oh my God, man!
If George Foreman gets arrested, it will take a long time to figure out which one. Because what happens when George Foreman III calls up George Foreman, big, OG George Foreman, and goes, "Dad, George got arrested." Well, which George, son?
What if they all hate
number system now?
George 6 got arrested.
What if they all hate one George and they blame everything on that George?
There's number 5.
You know it's Georgetta.
It's definitely Georgetta, whatever.